It's 5:37. I call to order the City Council meeting on this June 11th, 2025. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Present.
Councilman Leon. Here. Councilwoman Powell.
Present.
Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Julian.
I'm here.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Here.
Mayor Harris.
I'm present.
You have a quorum.
All right, please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Gracious God, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. It is in this moment, God, we pray for your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding as my colleagues and I prepare to deliberate and discuss business that ultimately affect your people. Father, we pray that you continue to bless the city that we call home, the city of Miami Gardens. Bless the residents, stakeholders, everyone that has something to do with this great city. Continue to rain your blessings upon us. And Father, we promise we'll give you all the praise, honor, and glory that your precious name deserves. It is in your Son's name I do pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we're on approval of minutes.
Mr. Mayor, and Council, I'm going to go ahead and withdraw the minutes from today's agenda.
I didn't hear you.
You know, withdraw the minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. We're on order of business. Are there any items that need to be pulled, deleted, withdrawn?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Just wanted to know for the record, Councilwoman Wilson will not be present for today's meeting.
All right, now I need a motion to excuse the councilwoman.
Second.
It's been moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Show excused.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I would like to request that I move 6.2, special presentation. I'm going to include that into my
Report?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's fine. So just take 6.2 off, Mr. Clerk.
Duly noted.
All right, I need a motion on the agenda.
Motion. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Show the agenda approved. All right, we're on special presentation 6.1. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, would all of our Miami Gardens Dream Scholarship recipients please stand and come to the front?
We usually just do this, but since they get money, we'll clap.
It is both an honor and a joy to present tonight's special report highlighting something near and dear to our hearts, investing in the future of our young people. Tonight we recognize and celebrate the recipients of the Miami Gardens Dream Scholarship, an initiative born out of our unwavering belief that dreams matter and that the students in our city deserve every opportunity to soar. This scholarship is not just financial aid, it is a statement, a declaration that our city sees you, believes in your potential, and is willing to invest in your journey towards higher education and lifelong success. These recipients have shown resilience, academic excellence, community service, and leadership. They represent the very best of what Miami Gardens has to offer. And they are the reason we continue to push forward with policy, programming, and partnership that support youth advancement. To the students receiving this scholarship, congratulations. Know that this is only the beginning. We expect great things from you, and we're standing behind you every step of the way. Take the knowledge, faith, and foundation you've built here in our city and carry it with you as you make your mark on the world. To your parents, donors, city staff, city administration, my colleagues that helped make this possible, thank you for believing in the vision. May this scholarship serve as a spark that lights the way for generations to come. Thank you, and let's continue to dream big together. Congratulations. We wish you all the best. You all may be seated. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations, everyone. All right. We're moving to public comments. Mr. Clerk, can you please read the public comment card?
Citizen participation is governed by Section 2-60 of the City of Miami Gardens Code. Public comments are limited to matters within the scope of the jurisdiction of the City Council. Each person, other than members of the city staff who addresses the City Council, shall give their name, address, and whether the person is speaking on his or her own behalf, a group of persons, or a third party. When in the determination of the presiding officer, there are many persons wishing to speak on the same proposition, the presiding officer may direct that these persons designate a representative to address the City Council rather than all members of such groups. All speakers shall be limited to 2 minutes, unless further time is given by the presiding officer. All remarks shall be addressed to the City Council as a body and not to any one member. No person other than the City Council, members of the person having the floor, shall be permitted to enter any discussion without the permission of the presiding officer. No questions shall be asked of a City Council member except through the presiding officer. Order shall be maintained. If any person makes personally relevant, pertinent, or slanderous remarks, becomes boisterous while addressing the City Council, or becomes too lengthy, abusive, obscene, and or disruptive, or otherwise fails to comply with the orders of the presiding officer and is declared out of order, the individual may be subject to removal by the Sergeant at Arms.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And council, may we govern ourselves accordingly as well, according to the public comment card. First person up will be Ms. Gail Cunningham, followed by Rhea Hughes and Robert Foster. Ms. Cunningham? Ms. Hughes? And after Ms. Hughes will be Robert Foster and Maymon Tisdall.
Good evening.
Good
Gail
evening.
Cunningham, 19001 Northwest 14th Avenue Road, 33169. I would like to repeat what our city clerk just said to everyone, which is said to the audience, but I want you to put yourselves, Deus, in the frame of mind that is said directly to you. Article 2, Section 260 of the City of Miami Gardens Code entitled Public Participation, make that council participation, provides that any person making personal, irrelevant, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, or who becomes boisterous while addressing the city council shall not be considered orderly or observing decorum. If any person becomes too lengthy, abusive, obscene, and or disruptive, or otherwise fails to comply with decorum rules, the presiding officer may issue a warning and provide an opportunity for the individual to conclude remarks in a decorous manner and within the designated time limit. Interrupt and terminate the individual from concluding their remarks. Bar the individual from further appearance before the City Council unless or until permission is to continue or again address the City Council is granted by a majority vote of the City Council. Again, that's you listening now. We hear it all the time. Order shall be maintained. If any person refuses to obey the orders of the presiding officer and declared out of order, the individual may be subject to removal by the Sergeant of Arms. I want you to think back to Wednesday, March 26th, and what we had to endure, and not having a chance to do a rebuttal or to ask the question, but I just want, just like on the movie, close your eyes and put yourself in the position where we were and are enduring numerous times. And if you are not in a position where you can actually have the information that you need move forward without authority, take your finger, point the index finger, look back at where your thumb is pointing, and that's you. Be your best you.
Thank you, Ms. Cunningham.
Good evening, Council. Reed Hughes, 3335 Northwest 180th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. I want to share dates of several city council meetings of which, after residents had spoken respectfully to the dais during public comments, only to receive reports of backlash from the dais. You can review the recordings on your website. December 13th, 2023, residents were referred to as liars, told they were disrespectful, and the word assassinate was used. June 12, 2024, words used from the dais, knife drawn and fight. February 26, 2025, residents referred to as liars, bullies, and told they were disrespectful. March 26, 2025, the fiasco occurring in the chambers from the dais, which spilled over to the lobby by the dais, where residents were referred to as idiots. Yes, all words unleashed from this dais under leadership. Why no disciplinary action taken? Because you foster, condone, and accept this type of unprofessional behavior. The right way is not always the popular and easy way, but standing for what's right when it is unpopular is a true test of moral character and integrity. Management is doing things right, whereas leadership is doing the right thing. As for the Juneteenth Legacy Gala not being held in the city of Miami Gardens, the place where you want to be, once ended, will it reappear on the agenda as a non-pertinent item requesting additional funding exceeding the $250,000 threshold of what I believe was on the proposed budget for 2025? Stewards of our tax dollars, residents are watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes. Robert Foster, and then Mr. Tisdall, and Ms. Wright.
Council, Robert Foster, Vietnam veteran. I got a simple request. I need Miami Garden definition of a commercial vehicle.
Excuse me, sir, I need your address for the record.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Robert Foster, 15850 Northwest 39 Place. That's Opelika, 33054.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I need someone to give me from Miami Garden Ordinance the definition of a commercial vehicle. A written definition of a commercial vehicle. What's Miami Garden definition of a commercial vehicle? Commercial vehicles, they got all kind of standard. Tandem wheel, dual wheels. I need Miami Garden definition of a commercial vehicle. I've been charged with having a commercial vehicle. So I want to know exactly what a commercial vehicle, according to Miami Garden guidelines or the ordinance.
All right. That's it?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll get that to you. I'll make sure somebody get it to you.
Mr. Tisdall, 17031 Northwest 11th Avenue. Y'all call this the beautiful city of Miami Garden. April 28, 1967, Muhammad Ali said, I'm not going 10,000 miles to fight those Vietnamese because they never called me the N-word. Here y'all finna go 10 miles to OJUS, that's what that city was named before they named it, Hollandale, Asbury, and Aventura. If the city is so beautiful, why are we going 10 miles away? What's wrong with Hard Rock Stadium? What's wrong with Betty T. Ferguson? The only time y'all can go to Hard Rock Stadium is for jazz in the garden. They don't allow us inside that stadium, whether y'all paying attention or not. You can go there for the UM game and the Dolphin game. That's it. That's why the Black Circus is not here no more. Number two, the kids are still pelling, saying that they taking up money for the football team. They're going to get hurt out there on 199th and 2nd Avenue. Number three, February 26, 2025, the assistant chief and the sergeant at arms took me outside and said that I was going to be able to meet with council. When I voted, nobody put me on Zoom to vote. They came and knocked on my door, and I went to the podium. It's been 100 days. Nothing been resolved. So now, I'm gonna come over here Friday, I'm gonna get a police report. I'm gonna take it to the state attorney. I'm gonna take it to the inspector general. And I'm gonna go to the ethic program, and I'm gonna go to the American Disability Act, because you're not gonna keep abusing me, especially by your chief of staff.
Mr. Tisdall, you could get the police right here. The chief is right here right now. You can get her now to do a police report for you.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Wright?
Good evening. My name is Pat Wright. I reside at 1221 Northwest 179th Street, Miami Gardens. Christine Malcolm and I had a meeting with Miss Christine Rupp, who is the executive director of the Dade Heritage Trust, which is associated with the Historic Preservation Center. Her thoughts were to bring an architect to see if the structure is viable to rehab, and they were willing to go to the next step in making the assessment. I'm talking about the farmhouse. The farmhouse was designated to be used as our history for the city of Miami Gardens. It can also be used for a beautiful green space and for the children and residents to host community events. What happened to the funding that was set aside for the renovations? June 17, 2020, the Historic Preservation Board of Dade County conducted a review of the unsafe structure and made the determination for the purpose of providing the recommendations which were done. However, nothing was signed, nor was anything carried through. I would like you to take another look with the Historic Preservation Group to determine if it can be saved. The structure, as of this year, is 100 years old. I know it has been burned on the inside. The outside structure is still there. However, there were people that were homeless living in that property when we were there. However, this year, the structure will be 100 years old. History tells a story. Let's preserve all of the history that we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. Ms. Alexander. Ms. Alexander. Yeah.
Good evening. Tina Alexander, 1799 Northwest 155th Street. I have some pictures of the work that they were doing in our area. This they left undone. I brought everybody a copy. The judge say, if you don't have it in black and white, it don't make a difference. I bought your pictures. I bought pictures for everybody. I've been gone a whole month. My phone been jumping off the receiver about this right here. I don't know if there's another spot that was not done, but I know this one was not done and needs to be done. So I have pictures for all of y'all.
All right, thank you. Genty. You have any more written communication, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, at this point, no written communication. However, if I do receive any written communication for this meeting, I will be sure to forward to the council, have it as part of the minutes.
All right. I don't have any more public comments cards, so public comments close at this time. We're on reports of the mayor and council. Huh? Rich gonna take it? Okay. Talk to them. Start down here. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have a report, but I would like to extend a warm welcome to my sisters in green, the oh so beautiful women of the Links Incorporated. Welcome.
No report?
No report.
Wow. Councilwoman Baskin?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very brief report. I just want to say thank you to all that were able to come out to the Educators Impact Gala that took place on Friday. To my colleagues that were able to attend. Was it that exciting, Vice Mayor? You're smiling. But thank you to my colleagues that were able to attend. We were able to highlight teachers in Residential Area 1 as the pilot program for educator impact. And since Friday, I have received quite a few emails and phone calls of other schools that would like to participate for the upcoming school year. It's an opportunity for principals to highlight teachers in their building that are going above and beyond the call of duty, just to let them know we appreciate what they're doing and the hard work and education that they're instilling in our children in the city of Miami Gardens. So thank you. It exceeded my expectations. Upcoming events are Manhood Mondays, which is hosted every first Monday of the month. The next one will be July 7th at Buccaneer Park at 6 p.m. And community collaboration town hall meetings, which are held once a month, every second Tuesday of the month, are postponed until the month of September. Also, I would like my new intern to stand, Miss Abby Warner. Miss Abby is a student at North Carolina A&T.
All right.
Yes, and she is doing remarkable work. Her first big project was the Educator Impact Gala, and she did a phenomenal, phenomenal job. So keep up the good work, Abby. Thank you, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Powell.
Thank you, Mayor. We had an amazing Father's Day recognition breakfast as well as Men's Health Awareness Symposium. I want to give special thank you to Pastor Richardson, who gave the invocation, Darvin Williams, who presented his life story, Dr. Mike McKenzie, an internist, and Dr. Amole, representation from Memorial Hospital, an internist also. We addressed many issues related to men.
Hold on, Councilwoman. Can we please turn our cell phones off? All right. Go ahead.
The Father's Day breakfast, which of course also included the support of many women who came with the men, was more than just a breakfast. It was to also encourage men's health, because we know that men in this country, America, often do not get health care as often as they should. And so with this symposium as well as Father's Day breakfast, we had two speakers, internists, who spoke about things such as prostate cancer, diabetes, hypertension. We also had a mental health specialist, Dr. Kevin Gibson, as well as Latasha Alexander, who we know that men often will show two emotions, right? Anger and withdrawal. And they were given the permission to expand their mental health and wellness by exploring with mental health specialists other emotions, as other issues as men also share and have that we have not really been giving them the voice to express. And I want to give thanks to Rod Tresvan, who came and spoke about physical fitness, and we partnered with Natera, which performed free genetic cancer screening to over 50 people. And they were able to screen for over 300 genetic bases of cancer. So we were very thankful to them. And of course, Gardner's Soul Food served us an amazing breakfast, and our DJ Nelson. Upcoming events, we of course have our monthly Talk with the Doc at Rolling Oaks this time. Rolling Oaks, everybody, for C3, okay, at 6 o'clock. And if you're so inclined, we will walk afterwards. And coming up, June 28th, if you are not aware of it, June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. And celebration and awareness, I will be hosting a family days out at Topgolf to bring together families who've been affected by gun violence. And we want to let these families know they are not forgotten, and we want them to have a moment of just celebration and joy despite the losses that they've encountered and experienced. And finally, I just want to put on your calendar on July 26th, for anyone who have children, we will be hosting a back-to-school physicals, as well as physicals for kids who will be participating in sporting events. So it's a free physical. We will have over 10 providers doing physicals and giving immunizations as needed, as well as assisting kids get ready for any athletic programs they may be in. Save the date for July 26th. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Leon?
Good evening. I just want to take an opportunity to inform you about Night Camp. Night Camp is a program that I started last year. We had about 50 kids. What this program is to ensure that we take our kids off the street at night from about 6 to 9 p.m. We know that during the summer months, good kids tend to get into bad things. So we wanted to create a safe haven for our kids here in the city of Miami Gardens. So those of you that are interested, it's a free camp. It's at Betty T. Ferguson, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. They'll learn how to cook. Trick Daddy will be teaching the cooking classes. They have swimming lessons, etiquette lessons, and they'll also be learning how to make merch and create their own brand. Also, for June 28th at 9 a.m., I'll be hosting a farm share at Holy Family on 7th Avenue on 186. So if you know anyone that is in need of groceries, please send that information to them. The flyers are outside. And last but not least, there's a holiday coming up on Sunday. You see all the women forgot about the men. So I want to wish all the men Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Reggie.
We have to take care of ourselves. You see, they won't take care of us.
Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to ask if you all can just bear with me for a second. I have two presentations that I need to acknowledge, two great scholars who, in the same vein of acknowledging our high school students, did you mute my mic? In the vein of acknowledging our high school scholars, we have two students from Miami Care City Senior High School who received the Silver Knights, the 2025 Miami Herald Silver Knights nominations in science and one in world languages for their extraordinary records of service to their school and community while exemplifying unselfishness and continuous use of their talent and helping others is commendable. So we wanted to pause and recognize them and ask them to come forward. Kelly Neek Douglas, if you're present, you can come down as well. Come on down.
All right.
All right. And Ian Rodriguez Galen. No check. They didn't go.
Vice Mayor, you.
Congratulations. Stand to the front and be recognized. We want to wish you all much success and congratulate you for your hard work and dedication to excellence in education. Mr. Mayor, can we clap and acknowledge our students?
Yes, we can. Let's clap.
And you two will be awarded the Miami Gardens Dream Scholarship at $1,000 each as well. Before I dive into my report, I also want to acknowledge my friend, my brother, Pastor Nate Robinson from Mount Hermon AME Church. Stand up, Pastor, be recognized. Thank you for being here. It is always important that we acknowledge our community leaders in and outside of the government because what we do and how we do it takes a collective effort. On Wednesday, June 18th at the Andover Park, I will host another edition of the Vice Mayor's Impact Tour. This tour is a monthly community engagement event with the goal to bring city resources directly to the residents by way of hearing your concerns, ideas, and addressing any issues that you may have. I encourage everyone in the Andover area to come out and be a part of that the Impact Tour. On Saturday, June 21st, I'm partnering with our state representative, Felicia Robinson, for Tea with My Father from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Senior Family Center. I encourage everyone that's available to come out and have a good time as well. And then Tuesday, July 1st, we would continue to host our monthly open office hours with the vice mayor starting at 4 p.m. in the educational wing at the Betty T. Ferguson Recreational Complex. And then immediately following the one-on-one office hours, I will host my Table Talk Tuesday at our local Starbucks. I encourage everyone to come out and be a part. This is the way that we continue to build stronger communities, by hearing your issues, your concerns, and addressing them in real time. In addition to that, I want to thank our partners at Home Depot for yet another successful hurricane supply giveaway. We were able to give out hurricane supplies to over 300 vehicles that came through the line on Saturday in partnership with Councilman Leon as well as Councilwoman Katrina Wilson. It's an initiative that we've been doing for the last 5 years. And it is always just to provide basic necessities that one would need in order to weather a storm should a hurricane come our way. With that being said, that ends my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't have a report. Just happy Father's Day to all the dads. All right, we're on ordinances for first reading.
All right. Item 9.1, ordinances, City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, amending Chapter 16, Article 3 of the City of Miami Gardens Code of Ordinances to create Section 16-61 entitled Window Openings, providing for adoption and representation, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for a severability clause, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Vice Mayor Robert Stevens.
Councilman Stevens.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to actually yield to our city attorney to give information on this ordinance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, Mr. Mayor and Council. This item addresses commercial store windows where they have the awnings, the hurricane shutters that are down consistently instead of during hurricane season, or those where we have bars on the window. We don't have a lot of them in the commercial areas, but there are enough. And we are allowed to craft ordinances in order to deal with the eyesore and to improve the aesthetics of the city. So the Vice Mayor asks that we draft an ordinance, and that's what you have before you.
All right, need a motion on this item.
Motion.
Again.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions or concerns from the dais? None, showing none. Mr. Clerk, you want to call the roll?
All right, Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman
Yes.
Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
This comes back to us, right, for a second read?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, there are no ordinances on for second reading and public hearing. We're now on to resolutions public hearing. Item 11.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing the renaming of Northwest 12th Avenue between Northwest 184th Drive and 189th Terrace as the Links Incorporated Way. Authorize the city manager to change the street signage, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Reggie Leon and co-sponsored with the city attorney.
Councilman Leon.
I'm going to go ahead and let the video, you can play the video, and then I'll speak.
Hello, everybody. This is your Congresswoman, Frederica Wilson, proudly representing Florida's 24th Congressional District and a proud member of the Links Incorporated. I'm in Washington, D.C., but I wanted to express my support for the resolution sponsored by our very own Councilman, Reggie Leon of Miami Gardens, that authorizes the renaming of Northwest 12th Avenue between Northwest 184th Drive and 189th Terrace as the Links Incorporated Way. The three Link chapters in our community, the Dade County, Greater Miami, and the Miami Biscayne Bay chapters have left a tremendous impact on the Miami-Dade County community. And I am so pleased that they are going to be recognized for their marvelous contributions. The Links Incorporated, to me, is the most elite organization for prominent women. For 70 years, these women have helped black youth become successful citizens, funded the arts, and focused focused on domestic legislation and international welfare. As one of the nation's oldest organizations, the volunteers and their commitment to friendship and family relations is what has strengthened the foundation of our community. Through this resolution, we can recognize the women of the Links who helped shape this county and especially Miami Gardens. So I stand in proud support of this resolution and hope that all the members of the Miami Gardens Council will support it as well. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Thank you. And before I get started, Councilwoman Julian, would you like to add yourself as a co-sponsor to this?
Oh, and you
item?
beat me to the punch. It was almost like you were in my brain, Councilman Leon. Yes, I would. And at this moment, can I make my remarks about the item? Or you want to?
You have to make a motion.
I got to do a motion on it, yeah. This is a public hearing, but I got to do a
Oh,
motion.
oh, yeah. Okay, do your thing, Mayor.
It's a public hearing on this item, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Public comments on this item. I have several cards here. The first person will be Ms. Annie Harriet. And then after her would be Sabrina Knight. Good evening.
A resident of Miami Gardens, living at 17530 Northwest 18th Avenue. I rise to support the resolution. Frederica Wilson has said most of everything you need to know, but I do rise to support the resolution. Our organization is a national organization of over 17,000 predominantly African American women providing services to the community of primarily African American families and children. We serve throughout the U.S., the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Our local chapters who are here have remained actively engaged in serving Miami Gardens, and it would be an honor for, like me, that our organization would occupy residency in Miami Gardens at this time in our history, for there's no better time than right now. With all I know the presidents are going to come later, but I'd like for all the members of the Links Incorporated to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your attention and your support.
Thank you. Ms. Knight.
Mayor Harris and members of the council, with a special greeting to Councilman Reggie Leon and Councilwoman Lyndall Julian, who are the sponsors of this resolution. My name is Sabrina Thomas Knight, and I currently serve as president of Greater Miami, Florida chapter of the Links Incorporated. Our chapter address, 8004 Northwest 154th Street, number 574, Miami, Florida 33016. I stand before you today in strong support of the resolution to rename Northwest 12th Avenue between Northwest 184th Drive and Northwest 189th Terrace as the Links Incorporated Way. Founded on November 5th, 1955, Greater Miami, Florida chapter is the oldest chapter in Miami-Dade County. For nearly 7 decades, we have provided transformational programming that uplifts, empowers, and educates. We are more than volunteers. We are role models and change agents and dedicated to meaningful service in the community. In 2024, when it was time to educate and galvanize voters, our chapter partnered with the City of Miami Gardens and Councilman Leon to launch a voter registration tour where we reached a record number of residents across Miami-Dade County. When it was time to promote wellness, we again turned to the City of Miami Gardens and Florida Memorial University, and we presented our national initiative, Walk for Healthy Living. And once more, we collaborated with the city, this time at the Betty T. Ferguson Recreational Complex, when we hosted the Black Family Wellness Expo, addressing the health disparities in the African American community. Renaming this street in honor of our organization is more than a recognition. It is a powerful statement. It tells our children, our neighbors, and our future generations that service matters and that the contributions of Black women to the future of Miami are both valued and celebrated. Thank you for your time. I'm in support of this resolution.
Thank you. Ms. Teresa Brown and Ms. Reva Van Gates.
To the mayor, vice mayor, and council members, good evening. My name is Teresa Brown. I reside at 13645 Old Cutler Road, Village of Palmetto Bay, Florida, 33158. I'm here this evening as the president of the Dade County, Florida chapter of the Links Incorporated to express my support for the resolution of renaming the Links Incorporated Way. The Links is one of the oldest and largest not-for-profit volunteer organizations in the nation. We're an organization of women who value friendship and committed to serving our community. We focus and fund intercultural issues in education, civic engagement, and health. Quite simply, we uplift each other through our actions because we believe it is easier to serve with friends. The members of the Dade County, Florida chapter have proudly served this community for 39 years. Our programs supporting Florida Memorial University, located here in Miami Gardens, include Lean Forward with Mentoring, Flipside Miami, our signature scholarship fundraiser. We have hosted this event at Florida Memorial for the past 6 years. November of 1999, we established a scholarship endowment at Florida Memorial University with our chapter's current donations totaling over $100,000 to the endowment. We have donated 35 laptops to students and donated more than $5,000 in clothing to the Career Closet at Florida Memorial. We also host career workshops at the college. March 2025, we co-hosted the Black Family Expo at the Betty T. Ferguson Recreation Center. We partnered with the NAACP to link up the vote campaign, registering over 100 young adults at the Miami Gardens Job Corps. We arranged the Colgate dental van to visit local elementary schools in Miami Gardens, offering free dental screenings and referrals. We are committed to serving the city of Miami Gardens, and it would be an honor to create a lasting legacy through a street naming in this community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Reva Van Gates, 1822 Southwest 179th Avenue, Miramar, Florida, 33029.
And a
I'm
proud
the president
bull.
And a proud bull, thank you. I'm the president of the Miami Biscayne Bay, Florida chapter of the Links Incorporated. To the mayor and council members, good evening. Today, our chapter remains deeply committed to building a strong foundation of friendship through teamwork with excellence. This dedication is brought to life through the national organization's 5 program facets: services to youth, the arts, health and human services, national trends and services, and the international trends and services. The Miami Biscayne Bay, Florida chapter maintains a strong and active presence within the Miami Gardens community, hosting countless events and activities to serve students and residents. A significant aspect of this engagement is our dedicated work with the Butterfly Girls Mentoring Program, which was implemented 8 years ago, who meets every Wednesday at the following schools: Scott Lake Elementary, Brentwood Elementary, and North County K-8 Center. This consistent engagement, along with numerous other initiatives, demonstrates our commitment to the beautiful city of Miami Gardens. Recognizing the needs of students in our community, the Services to Youth facet organized a backpack distribution on August 3rd, 2024 at North County K-8 Center. The 29th Annual Walk for Healthy Living, a beloved community event promoting health and wellness, was held in Miami Gardens at Florida Memorial University on September 28th, 2024. This year's family-friendly walk was made even more impactful by a new initiative, with each chapter member donating professional suits to Florida Memorial's Career Closet, a valuable resource for students preparing for job interviews. The The art facet engaged our butterfly mentoring girls with Fight Like a Viking journal writing activity at Scott Lake Elementary on October 17th. I'm going to speed read now. To empower informed food choices and boost health, heart, healthy living, the Health and Human Services facet hosted an educational event on February 19th at the Miami Gardens Senior Family Center. On February 19th, that same facet joined forces through the Umbrella Program to host a CPR training for young learners at Scott Lake Elementary School, providing critical access to health services. Colgate's Bright Smiles, Bright Futures were at, again, Scott Lake Elementary, where they saw 150 students, which contributed to the overall well-being and promoting good oral hygiene habits for young age children in the city of Miami Gardens. I would like to thank the council, everyone here, and just listening to us give you a glimpse of what we are doing in the beautiful city of Miami Gardens, and I am in full support of this resolution. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I need a motion on this item.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's open for discussion.
Councilwoman Linda.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Councilman. I, Councilwoman Julian, I proudly support this resolution renaming Northwest 12th Avenue between Northwest 184th Drive and 189th Terrace in honor of an organization that has long honored us, the Links Incorporated. This street renaming is a public affirmation of a legacy of service, a legacy that stretches back to 1946 when Sarah Strickland Scott and Margaret Roselle Hawkins dared to believe that professional Black women could collectively transform communities with grace, brilliance, and resolve. And they did. Nearly 80 years later, their vision continues to bloom across this country and right here in Miami-Dade County. The Links are more than an organization. We are a sisterhood committed to service. We are educators, we are advocates, we are professionals, we are artists, doctors, and public servants, and we are tireless in our mission. Now let the record reflect that the Links have contributed over 1 million documented hours of community service just in the last decade. Across 299 chapters in 41 states and internationally, our footprint is vast, but our impact is deeply local. As a proud Link, I have seen our sisters tutor students after work, provide scholarships, advocate in boardrooms and classrooms, and show up when the cameras don't. This resolution honors the Links Incorporated, but it also honors every woman who wore white and green and carried the weight of legacy on her back quietly, courageously, and unapologetically. And to our young people, when you drive past the Links Incorporated way, know that it doesn't just point to a street, it points to a standard. It whispers, you can serve, you can soar, and you can lead. Because Black women didn't just make history, we built the infrastructure for it. Thank you to my sisters for lifting as you climb and for reminding us that when women of color organize, entire communities rise. Let this renaming stand not just in street signage, but in spirit, as a visible, tangible, timeless tribute to purpose, power, and perseverance. Councilman Leon, I thank you for your vision, and I am honored to co-sponsor this resolution with you.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, can you let the record reflect that Councilwoman Julian will be a co-sponsor, please?
Duly noted.
Mr. Mayor, before I speak, I want to give some time to the city attorney as another co-sponsor.
Thank you. I believe that my boss and my Link sister said it all, though, so there's not much to say, but I am thankful to be a proud of the Links Incorporated. I also have to acknowledge the president of my chapter, Fort Lauderdale chapter, Jeronica Biner, our president, is here, as well as I see a few of our members. The Links are everything that you have heard and more. It is an organization that is quiet, and moves quietly. We are not normally out as we are today, but because it's a street naming, we are here. We are those understated women that live amongst you, who make sure that the folks in their communities are thriving. And this street, naming a street after the Links, is an indelible mark And I'm so happy that it happens to be in Miami Gardens, where we are known to make history. I think that this is something we all should be proud of, not just as Link Sisters, but also just the community. When you think about the 1 million hours of service, it's annually, I believe, that we contribute, and it's required, and it's so satisfying. That's all I have to say, and thank you again, Councilman Leon, for acknowledging the Links Incorporated.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, I want to take some time out and acknowledge our former chairwoman of Miami-Dade County Commission, Commissioner Edmondson. Please rise. I also want to take a point of privilege to honor our state representative, Felicia Robinson Zapard. She's not here, and State Representative Ashley Gant, that are part of these organizations. Everything has been said, literally, between Congresswoman Wilson and all your sisters, but the visual testament that the Links is going to bring to the streets when people ride down these streets and understand your level of service that you've provided to this community. And I know that our senior center, which we were very strategic in putting this right at our senior center, we know that the hours that you'll put into those seniors, that senior center and those seniors will be invaluable to be able to help our seniors thrive. And also, as we celebrate Black excellence, what you ladies bring to the table, one of the few organizations that women of many different Divine Nine organizations can come and be one. And you all are leaders in your own other organizations, but the level of effectiveness that you come together is incredible. And to continue, like Linda mentioned, to inspire future generations as they ride down the street, and ask questions and do research and figure out who the Links are is totally invaluable. So with that, Mr. Mayor, you can call the vote.
For sure. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Absolutely.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
Can I have a point of personal privilege, because this arrow link right here has been getting on my nerves the entire meeting because he wants to be acknowledged as such. So you all please acknowledge Mr. Manager, whose mother was a member of the Fort Lauderdale chapter of the Links Incorporated.
Wow.
We're going to get through the rest of this meeting very quickly, and then we'll take some pictures.
Wow.
No, take it.
All right,
Mr. Clerk.
We're now on to the consent agenda.
I need a motion on the consent agenda.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none. Show the consent agenda pass. We're on reports by the city clerk.
We're on the reports of the Charter Office, City Manager, City Attorney, City Clerk.
Yeah, City Manager.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members, I don't have a report, but I do want to recognize Mario and Sonia for returning back from their conference and vacations. I was able to hold it down without them there here, so I want to welcome you guys back. I do want to recognize the Links and congratulations on the street renaming, and thank you, Councilman Leon, for the resolution coming forward. And then I want to remind council members I'll be setting up some meetings next week with each of you to begin to talk about our budget and our budget processes. And then we'll move on to some of our workshops and other meetings as we prepare for the budget season over the next several months. With that, that's my report. Thank you.
Madam Attorney.
I don't have a report, Mr. Mayor, but I do want to wish the fathers on the dais and in the room happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Clerk.
No report.
So no report. I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Show this meeting adjourned.